Welcome, friends. Let us continue to study the chapter number 1 on my YouTube channel. The topics included in this lecture is heat. Actually, already we have studied that heat is a energy in transition. So, whenever there is a transition of energy, then we can say that yes, heat is transferred or that heat is moved from one place to another place. In SI unit system, the unit of heat is joule. The other units are kilojoule and megajoule. Heat is also measured in unit calories, and the correlation between the calorie and the joule is 1 kilocalorie is equals to 4.187 kilojoule is equals to 4187 joule. Transfer of heat. So let us understand how the transfer of heat takes place. Now let us assume two systems, system A and system B. System A has higher temperature and system B has the lower temperature. Now when we make contact between system A and system B, right, at that time, due to the temperature difference, transfer of heat takes place from the system having high temperature to low temperature. It means the transfer of heat takes place from system A to system B. Now this transfer of heat continues to transfer until the temperature of both the systems reaches to the same. It means whenever they reach to the equilibrium condition, or whenever the temperature of both the systems are same, until that transfer of heat takes place. And after that heat flow stops. So this is the how the transfer of heat takes place, and so heat is a energy in transition. Now the similar thing let us write in word. When two systems having different temperature are in contact, transfer of heat takes place from one system having high temperature to another system having low temperature. The transfer of heat continues until the temperature difference between two systems exists. Now when heat is supplied to the system or heat is removed from the system, some of the following changes in the system takes place. It means whenever we supply some heat to the system or whenever we remove some heat from the system, there is some change in a system. Now what are the changes? Let us study. That is, due to the transfer of heat, change in temperature of system can take place, change in volume of system can take place, and change in state of a system can take place. Change in temperature means it can increase or decrease. Change in volume means the volume of system can increase or decrease. And change in state means the state of a system can change from solid to liquid or liquid to gaseous or reverse, from gaseous to liquid and liquid to solid. Let us study this change in state in detail. So change of state due to transfer of heat. It means solid converts into the liquid or liquid converts into the vapor, and due to that some phenomena comes into existence, and out of them one is the melting point. I think that already you have studied when you were in the schooling. So what is the melting point, or what is the definition of a melting point temperature? The temperature at which the system in solid state starts converting into liquid state. It means a temperature at which the solid state starts converting into liquid state when heat is supplied to the system is known as the melting point. Boiling point. This is another phenomena. So what is the definition of boiling point? Now, yes, the temperature at which system in liquid state starts converting into vapor states. So the temperature at which liquid starts converting into vapor, that is known as the boiling point when we supply heat to the system. In engineering, boiling point is also known as the saturation temperature. So whatever we are going to study from this point onwards, we will say the saturation temperature, not boiling point. So ultimately, saturation temperature is a technical term to represent the boiling point of a system. The value of saturation temperature depends on the pressure of the system. Now, uh, tell me one thing. What is the boiling point of water? Okay, all of you will answer that it is 100 degrees Celsius. This answer is correct, but boiling point is 100 degree, that we have to complete it by saying that at 1 atmospheric pressure. It means at 1 atmospheric pressure, the boiling point of water or saturation temperature of water is 100 degrees Celsius. If the pressure on the water will increase, similarly, saturation temperature or boiling point of that water will increase. So that boiling point or a saturation temperature depends on the pressure. Critical point, I think that also all you have studied. The pressure and temperature above which the system exists only in one state, that is in vapor state, is known as the critical point. I think that already we have studied. Now next one is the triple point. The temperature at which solid, liquid and vapor state of a system exists in equilibrium condition is known as the triple point. So all these are the phenomena that takes place due to transfer of heat. So whenever any energy of a system increases, that can be lead to the following transformation. Solid to liquid, which is known as the melting, liquid to gas, which is known as the boiling, and solid to gas, and that is known as the sublimation. Similarly, whenever the energy of a system decreases, right, the following transformation takes place. That is gas to solid, which is known as the deposition, gas to liquid, which is known as the condensation, liquid to solid, which is known as the freezing. Now let us compare or differentiate between heat and work, because heat and work both are energy in transition. So they come into existence only and only when energy transfers from one place to another place. Clear? And here heat is mainly due to the temperature difference, and here work is mainly due to the volume difference, or you can say the displacement. But both are the energy in transition. Both are the path function, means both requires the path for the transition from one place to another place. And third one is heat is low grade energy while work is high grade energy. It means heat cannot be converted fully or completely into work, while work can be completely converted. And so heat is a low grade energy while work is a high grade energy. Sign conversion for heat and work. So whenever the heat and work transfers the system boundary or the transfers between system and surrounding, what should be the sign, which you can say direction of heat energy transformation or transition is known as the positive, and which one is known as the negative. So let us see. When we supply the heat to the system, or when the heat is entering into the system, that is known as the positive heat. And when heat is removed the system, right, or when heat is coming out from the system, then heat is known as the negative, or you can say negative sign of that heat. Similarly for the work energy, this one is the system, outside is the surrounding, and this one is the system boundary. Now let us see. Whenever the work is done by the system, work comes out from the system, then it is known as the positive work. And when work is supplied to the system, work is done on the system, that work is known as the negative work. Mechanical equivalent of heat. So as we have studied that heat and work both are energy in transition, both are path function, and there is some change, only some heat is low grade energy and work is high grade energy. So what is the relationship between the heat and work? So that is known as the mechanical equivalent of heat. So heat and work are mutually convertible. It means heat can be converted into work or work can be converted into heat. The ratio of work transfer to heat transfer is constant. Means there is a ratio. When we take the ratio of work to heat transfer, it remains always constant. And that ratio is known as the mechanical equivalent of heat or Joule's equivalent or Joule. It means work transfer divided by heat transfer is equals to mechanical equivalent of heat. And therefore, work transfer divided by heat transfer is equals to Joule's equivalent or capital J, that is Joule. So that is W by Q is equals to Joule. So kindly like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel for further study on the subject basic mechanical engineering. Thank you.